whites for Carolina and the black jerseys breaking them out for UK this evening. And the SEC starts out the night +2 in the win column. ACC really looking to avoid the same fate that the men fell on. A rout for the SEC on the men's side. And the first possession results in a bucket for Carolina and India Navarre.
You got to jump to the ball, and I'm going to give Courtney Banghart a point over there because that's the first thing she did in shoot-around today was the UCLA cut, and she said, we will get a layup off it. She was right.
Kentucky's starting five all transferring in under first-year head coach Kenny Brooks, led by Amor, who was his star point guard at Virginia Tech, as well as Clara Strack, who has been one of the breakout players around the country early this season. Here's Tiani Key, 15-footer, and she'll knock that down.
So Tiani Key and Alyssa Ustby went against each other in practice every day. Tiani Key is a transfer from North Carolina. This North Carolina team, Beth, as you look at their starting lineup, is a 3-and-D team. They like to shoot the three more than any team in Courtney Banghart's tenure here at North Carolina.
In fact, a higher percentage of threes this year as opposed to last year than any power team in the country. And with the shot clock winding down, there's one of them, Reniya Kelly. They have three shooters from downtown, Debbie, better than 40%.
They make almost 8 a game. Their effective field goal percentage is just under 50. They do a really nice job of moving the ball.
There's that 1-2 punch. The Tech transfers Amor back to Strack. She, too, averaging a double-double. Loves that little fadeaway. And here comes the Tar Heels on the run, and the assist, Navarre to Maria Gakdeng, who is back in the starting lineup after missing 4 games early on.
So for North Carolina, they want to get early offense if they can. This is the top shot blocking team in the country, Kentucky, so they don't want to over-penetrate.
That last foul on the screen, Tiani Key, her first. Here is the shooter, the best one for the Heels, Lexi Konarski. Gakdeng crashes. It'll be big if Carolina can hang on the glass tonight. And a hot start. They've made 3 of their first 4 buckets. They force another turnover. Ustby on the run. Lefty land. What a start for the Tar Heels. Anymore. Kelly gets the early assignment on her defensively. And Kentucky searching right now. Here's the Ustby steal.
Well, one of the things that Alyssa Ustby is so good at is converting from defense to offense quickly up the other end.
There's Georgia Amor. She hangs and hits.
Kentucky has the size advantage. That's why Kentucky needs to get the pace where they can run their stuff. And how about Ustby?
Amor, good change of direction, lays it in.
She is so shifty, so good off the bounce. ACC fans have enjoyed her 4 years, or I think they have. Took a team for Kenny Brooks to the Final Four in 23.
Ustby lays it up and in on her constantly tonight. Amor in a second foul called offensively on a ball screen. This will be on strike.
Yeah, and all 3 of his daughters played for him.
Yep, Gabby's still on this current roster. North Carolina. Early. And continuing right off the bench, this is Sierra Toomey. They are facing a bigger lineup right now. Strack 6'5", Clara Silva 6'7" for the Cats. But they just cannot get anything going offensively. 5 turnovers.
Alyssa Ustby's on the floor right now. She's everywhere.
Offensive rebound, another possession for the Tar Heels. Ustby, nice feed on the bounce pass inside.
Silva on the floor at 6'7". They have to take advantage of her size.
Strack has to check out with the 2 personal fouls. And there's a foul on the shot. This is her 99th career collegiate game. Skipped her senior year in high school to join the Tar Heels early. Keeping that dribble alive out the other side to Navarre. Both
those teams. So balanced, so good at sharing the basketball. Kentucky.
Nice step through to go to the left. Ustby off the bounce. Over her head and won't go. And now the counter for three. Kentucky's got it. Amelia Hassett, the junior college transfer from Australia. Grace Townsend is in right now to run the point for North Carolina. Ustby has it knocked loose by Hassett. And here comes Cassidy Rowe, their backup point guard. It's a 7-0 Kentucky run right now.
Two point guards on the floor for Kenny Brooks right now.
Amor kicks it back outside for three more.
It's a very good coaching move not to call that timeout.
Very comfortable. Crisp. And a 3-second violation.
Amor come back to the basketball here, not let her catch it on the move.
Instead, it'll be Lawrence. She traveled. Oh, now there's going to be time left on the clock. Oh, they're not. 21-16.
Should be interesting. Rory Harmon, one of the top guards in the country, going against Hannah Hidalgo, who's one of the best guards, an All-American last year. Addison Booker's an All-American for Texas. A lot of star power there.
Good stuff coming up. Hey, in that first quarter, North Carolina led by as many as 15, the biggest deficit Kentucky has faced all season. But then they rallied with a 10-0 run to cut into it. And after the first couple of minutes, Debbie, they have ratcheted up the defense on Carolina.
Well, they just like to play a softer cover. They're not a team that extends or overplays, and that allows them to have their +10 rebound margin. And without Strack on the floor, Silva's going to get some extended minutes here, and Tione Key's got to look to be aggressive.
Strack 7 minutes in that first quarter and picked up 2 fouls, so she continues to sit.
Play the smaller backcourt if you're Kenny Brooks because you got the shot blocking presence at the rim.
Amor. That one won't go. How about a career for Georgia Amor in which she has scored better against ranked opponents than unranked opponents? Been big in the big games. Navarre knew that one was short. Right into the hands of Gakdeng. And protect the rim better than anybody. Good ball movement. And a whistle and a foul inside. And the rebounding numbers 4th in the SEC. She must be trying to settle things down.
She should just clear out and go to the block. She had a matchup she could score on.
Key, the Carolina transfer, with a good box out.
See, the game has slowed down now. Kentucky hasn't turned the ball over. They're playing in a quarter court. That's what they want to do. They'll try to run if they can, but they'd rather take advantage of their size.
Let Amor make decisions. Top shot, got it. She's got 6 and a couple of assists as well. Toomey fades in the lane and gets the bounce.
Just to change the rhythm of the game a little bit.
Both sides cold in the second quarter as Key knocks down the jumper.
I'm a big believer in changing the rhythm of the game. You can do it in a multiple variety of ways. Substituting timeouts, changing your D, changing your ball screen coverage.
Ustby will stay in the game for Carolina with the 2 fouls. Strack continues to sit with 2. She's only played 7 minutes this first half. Another shot clock winding down, and Ustby gets into the lane.
Alyssa Ustby is so crafty around the rim. As we mentioned before, I guess she's made 40 baskets now, and almost half of them are with her left hand.
Got 9 points, 4 rebounds. Amor, 16-footer, gets that. She's got 8 points.
When you have a shot blocker, you can erase some mistakes, especially on the weak side. Help.
Gakdeng muscles inside and one. And they have really taken the shot blocking out of it.
This will be their first trip to the free throw line also. And North Carolina is not a very good free throw shooting team overall.
Voicing their displeasure. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Gakdeng with another good box out.
I love that butt screen right there. The free up and open shooter. That's the third butt screen I've seen Kenny Brooks' team set. Haven't scored on it though.
Gakdeng inside. See if they get another one here. Silva in the lane.
I think Kenny Brooks will tell you he's getting the shots he wants offensively. They had a one-on-one in the post with 6'7", with good footwork. I think he'd take that. Silva shoots at 66% from the floor.
Navarre, nice spin, in and out.
And North Carolina has to be careful right now, Beth. They're going very much ISO ball, right? They're best when they move it.
Amor fouled on the drive.
They're really breaking down all the aspects that they on the scout.
That's what we've been talking about with the ranked versus unranked opponents, better in the big games, and now into double digits here in the first half for Georgia. Carolina's been up by as many as 15. Coming off of their battle for Atlanta's championship, they dominated down in the Bahamas.
They go quick here. They got a 2-for-1.
Banging home the three is Sierra Toomey. She's got 8. Fourth Carolina triple of this first half.
You know, if Kentucky had taken a little more time inbounding the ball, they'd have the last possession. Instead, North Carolina is going to get that 2-for-1. There were 34 seconds on the clock when they inbounded. I would have taken my time inbounding it so I could have the shot clock at 30.
Crisp off the bounce. And gets it to Frogman. The finish with a flourish. Georgia Amor had 10 to lead the way for the Cats. Look at that paint advantage as Kentucky scores its fewest points in a half all season. They also had some foul problems for Tiani Key and Clara Strack. Strack did not even muster 7 minutes in that first half. She is back out there to start in the middle here in the third quarter.
And on the opposite side, Ustby has 2 fouls as well. Gakdeng doesn't have any fouls, which means she can be more aggressive in their ball screen coverage and in her shot blocking.
North Carolina shooting more threes. Gakdeng able to close out on the shooter. They got to hustle to beat that shot clock again. Hassett and the good find by Amor.
That's how well they know each other.
Kenny is 10-2 against Banghart in the head-to-head. Amor 8-2 in her career against North Carolina.
Well, I was studying for my exams. Come on.
Of course, of course.
Battling for position in there.
See if she can get something established. And she does right there. Crisp.
That's a contested 3.
Quick on the shot again. Tar Heels start out the quarter 1 for 7. And a foul here on the drive on. 7 points now for Deja. Heels now have gone 4.5 minutes without a point to open up this second half. Kelly had Amor on her hit. Second foul on Amor. Ustby tries to step through and scores.
So tough around the rim. You know, when we were in the battle for Atlantis, I talked about USA track and field ought to be watching her. She'd be an incredible heptathlete. She came over to us as shooter and I said, thank you. I'd love for the USA track and field to check me out.
They're not the only ones watching
That's
her.
Right. How about USA flag football?
see what happens with her basketball career. She might have options.
She said she might be a good wide receiver, which I believe it.
Crisp on the drive, finishes one-handed.
Of course, she wants to make WNBA and play there also, so she does have a lot of options.
See what happens at the draft next spring. Of course, don't forget the expansion draft's coming up tomorrow night for the W. For the new Golden State Valkyries. 15-footer is good for Lawrence. Charles led by as many as 15. Kentucky's trying to fight their way back in it ever since. That was early in the first quarter. Off the drive, crisp. She just went left. This time she goes right.
And she's known as a three-point threat as well.
Lawrence tries to scoop it up, and he does.
What a take. Kentucky's got to get a couple of stops here.
Approaching 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
They're just clearing it out, going one-on-one inside. They're taking all the help away. North Carolina really well designed, entering the ball into the post.
Toomey. She's taken more threes than Donarski has tonight. Lexi, in fact, has only gotten 2 shots up. Strack trying to go to work on the youngster, and it's blocked. They have held her in check tonight. Here's Donarski on cue. Timeout, Cats. ACC Women's Challenge just underway in night number 2. SEC leading 4-2, but 10 games on the slate tonight. This will be the first to finish. And right now, the ACC with a leg up, 48-36, Carolina over Kentucky.
Really good help on the low eye by Crisp on the backside of that defense. Oh, look at that rebound.
Keone goes way up to the Carey Imps, just down the road a ways.
They're all gone. And add Azure Stevens to that list. The LA Spark who plays.
Was that a big if? Or?
Oh, if I had any records, that's a big if. Zoned by Kentucky. You know I'm the best non-stat shooter.
I would dispute that.
Non-stat starter.
But you are a Naismith Hall of Famer, so you got that. That's a big get. SEC and ACC are sending a few to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this coming year as Gakdeng scores inside. ACC legend Elena Beard, SEC legend Sylvia Fowles, and then Danielle Donahue, who played at Georgia Tech, getting in as a contributor for her many years of service to women's hoops.
Look how quick he makes that move. That is strong and aggressive at the rim. And Kentucky could use that aggressiveness around the paint to get a bucket or to get to the free throw line.
They're going to need to make a move to open up the fourth quarter. Tar Heels will try and pad that lead. Donarski has to give it up. And a block by Hassett. Tar Heels leading the Cats 50-39, the fourth quarter.
According to her hoop stats coming into the game, Kentucky was #1 in the nation at defensive field goal percentage at the rim, holding teams to 33%. That's a huge number for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
The scoring for Kentucky has been all on the perimeter so far with Amore and Lawrence.
Kentucky accelerating through their action a little bit faster, Beth. They got to speed the game up. And you got to speed it up, not just up and down vertically, but you got to speed up the cadence in the quarter court as well.
They come in at 7-0. They have faced their largest deficit of the season here tonight. They've been down by as many as 15, but have never led. As Kelly knocks down the three.
Kentucky stayed in the zone that possession. North Carolina back in their man-to-man. Let's see how North Carolina is here managing the lead. So they should accelerate through their stuff and try to take advantage of scoring or getting to the free throw.
The 12 current teams can protect 6 players on their roster, so 1 unprotected player from each team.
You do not have to pick a player from every team. You can opt not to if you don't want. I'll tell you who's been impressive to me is Reniya Kelly for North Carolina. She's got 9 points. She's got 5 assists. But she's managed for Courtney Banghart both sides of the ball as you see that 3 go in for Hassett. See, this is what I'm talking about. You've seen some maturity in her. She's really understood the balance between pace and tempo and getting the ball in the right spots.
Just a sophomore out of Hoover, Alabama. Shot clock winding down again. Crisp will go to work. Steps through.
Brianna Crisp was a great pickup in the transfer portal from Arizona State.
Hassett, back to back. There you go. Get it close against a team that does not shoot their free throws well.
Wouldn't it be just classic during this Jimmy V week if it ended up being a situation where Coach Valvano won the national championship in '83 by fouling Houston? He started fouling.
Blue, knocked out of there by Strack, and then she has it knocked away. Kelly off the crossover to the left hand.
That's called reading the floor on reading day at North Carolina.
12 now for Kelly, and the triple in response from Lawrence.
And if you're North Carolina, you're talking about taking care of the ball, moving the ball, getting good shots, no fouls.
No Ustby or Donarski out here for North Carolina. They're still going to get a nice back door.
And then your pick and pop action will work as well.
Oh, Lawrence unattended in the corner. Crisp lost sight of her.
Good find by Amore. She threw it right behind the head. It's the right matchup to go to, though.
Missed opportunities for Kentucky on the last 2 trips. And that's going to be on Amore. That is the 5th team foul. So to the free throw line for a pair here for Kelly. On the season, she's just 7 of 8. Not many trips there yet. And a couple of big ones right there. More. Off the mark, Donarski weak side. Donarski comes through the elevator screen. Oh, that's going to be Amore with the bump, and that's 4 on Jordan.
I'm really interested in that Duke-South Carolina game coming up later tonight in Kansas State and Oklahoma in overtime. And Reagan Richardson has really emerged as a go-to player for it. They are so good, so talented, so athletic, and back-to-back won the national championship last year.
Only loss was on the road at UCLA. Gakdeng and a foul. Gakdeng, another solid night for her. 13 points, 9 boards. And has more than held her own against the Kentucky front line as they have owned the paint tonight, 36-10. And perhaps a tone setter for the ACC if they can hold this. A win here for the Tar Heels would make it 4-3 on the tote board in favor of the SEC.
I think this is the best North Carolina team that Courtney Banghart has had in her 6 years. They're deep, they've got speed, they've got a variety of ways that they can score. They shoot the 3 with greater balance than they've ever in her career here at North Carolina. But it's their defense that triggers everything.
holding Kentucky to 37% shooting. And now they'll work that clock. Under 2 minutes to go here at Carmichael. Kelly on the drive, gets to the backboard. 18 points, 6 assists for Reniya. Lawrence, 3, off the mark. And the Tar Heel fans voicing their approval of the performance tonight. Closing in on a win against a ranked opponent and handing Kentucky its first loss of the season. And the fewest points they've scored this season is Gakdeng. Puts the finishing touches on it.
It's a big win for the ACC. Little pitch 21 action from Coach Jay Wright of Villanova.
And they'll get to their feet now for the Tar Heels. So the ACC will pick up a much-needed win, one of the 3 head-to-head matchups of ranked opponents. Assist, crisp. 13 and 8 tonight for Alyssa with 3 assists.
Just not a night for Stroud. Early foul trouble, less than 7 minutes in the first half. Bothered by the length and the strength and experience of North Carolina's front line. Good teaching tool for Kenny Brooks moving forward. And a big win for the Heels.
72-53, your final. Kelly, Gakdeng, and Ustby all in double digits. Lawrence, Hassett, and Amor double-figure scorers for Kentucky.